set, go.
What's going on, everybody? You're now joined to the one and only podcast with DeSean Jackson, Fade the Booth. I got the money, but my pride keep me in the streets. I got the hustle, but we guarantee we gon' You won 5 Grammys, 11 BET Awards. Too hard, you gotta get up off me.
Man, if I get a chance to play with them, it's over.
So I felt like, no, I will not lose. I cannot lose.
A lot, much respect, no disrespect.
All across the world, yeah, my name ring bells.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? This is DeSean Jackson, and we're here for another episode of Fade the Booth. I got my main man, Pederson, on today from the Los Angeles Dodgers, as you can see. I got my gear. I'm ready to go. This ain't nothing fake, you know. It's real shit only, man, because I'm definitely a diehard Dodger fan, man. Welcome to the show, Jock. You on, Fade the Booth, man. How you doing, brother?
Appreciate it. Right on, D-Jack. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Hey, man. Yeah, we haven't caught up in a while, bro. I remember when is it back in 2016? I think we ran into each other in Virginia, man. So catch me up, man. How's it been for you lately, bro?
It's been good. Obviously that World Series changes everything. LA needed it. Lakers took care of business, and we took care of business. Represent for Kobe. So it was pretty special.
Hey, man, that's an awesome experience, bro. 32-year drought, man. Like, for me, man, growing up in Los Angeles, obviously being a Dodger fan at heart, and you're a California native yourself. 32 years, man. That speaks numbers to me, because I think you guys was like, the past 2 or 3 World Series y'all went to and y'all actually lost. But what does that feel like? Obviously, you guys won during the pandemic, and things was different. You wasn't able to be in Dodger Stadium, where that has so much history. But tell me how was it traveling and just during the pandemic, and during these uncertainty of times with winning the World Series, man. Talk to me a little bit about that. How was that?
Yeah, there's challenges, and all that stuff. We couldn't be in front of the 50,000 fans that are screaming at Dodger Stadium. But we took care of business. We went out to Dallas. We came together as a group and just made it happen. And I'm glad we got to put on a show for the fans that were able to attend. And they would always show the people in the parking lot at the stadium watching our games in LA. Just, they show love everywhere we go. So it was fun to be a part of. And, we need to get this parade going when the pandemic is over.
Hey, man, my idea parade, man, and I know we got ahead of ourselves a little bit, but I had to talk about it because I'm fucking juiced and pumped up about the the World Series. But like my idea parade, bro, is like having you, LeBron, AD, Seager, Turner, like a parade in one, bro. Like having everybody come together, like a Dodger parade and a Laker parade, and just just for the city of Los Angeles. We lost the great Kobe Bryant. He was a diehard fan. He was at all the games, supported the games. For me, like that's my ideal thing. And hopefully, I know you probably want it sooner than later, but hopefully the football season's over and I'll be able to attend, man. But what do you feel like that parade should be? Do you think y'all should come together and do one or
I really do. I think you really see collabs nowadays blown up when people start working together. And obviously, each team respectively deserves their own, but I think for this year, make it happen. Put both of them together. Pray would be crazy. LA, whole city would turn up for that. So it would be special. I think it's a great idea. Make it happen.
For sure. No, for sure, man. So I kind of want to go back a little bit in your early career and early days. Obviously, you're born and raised in Palo Alto, California. That's correct, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I saw you had some plans of going to SC, man, and coming out of high school, you had plans on going to SC, but You know,
Yeah, I wasn't messing with Berkeley.
I know, man. What's up with that, bro? Cal wasn't good enough for you?
Nah, I was come down south.
Hey, that's the opposite thing for me. See, I was a Los Angeles cat, and I actually committed to SC, but I'm like, man, I need to get away from home, so that's why I, made the transition to go to Berkeley. But for yourself, what was that decision like on like pursuing to go enter the MLB instead of going to college? What was that like for you? What was that process
It was
like?
tough, you're young, 18 years old, and you got, college baseball in front of you or the minor leagues. And
Right.
the minor leagues is a grind, but, my dream since little kid's been to play in the big leagues, and they were going to give me enough opportunities to be able to make that happen. And obviously I had to pass up on a great experience at SC and the education that they offer, but I think I made the right decision. So
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it paid off perfect for you. Let's take it back a little bit. So growing up, obviously, in Little League baseball, area code or RBI baseball, because I don't know if you know, but actually, if I had to challenge you, I think I'm a better center fielder than you. I mean, I play but much respect, no disrespect, but I played actually.
It's like a punt return. Just go catch that thing.
Hey, so me growing up, bro, I played baseball. My dad actually had a love for baseball, and I love baseball, but I didn't love it as much as football. So playing like baseball in high school and little league and stuff, like I was so good at just I didn't have the fun that I had playing football. But my question to you is, how was it growing up in the Bay Area as far as like little league and RBI, and like did you make it to the area codes and all the showcases for like high school baseball to get like that showcase by the MLB scouts and everything? Like how was that experience for you growing up?
Yeah, I think so I did Little League and then Babe Ruth and all that, but I started doing travel ball like when I was 13. I did the only like real showcase I did was kind of area codes. I did like one perfect game close, but it's expensive just to travel all over the world and do all that stuff. So area codes obviously it was in LA or at Long Beach, but there's enough, all the scouts there. That's like the biggest of the biggest. And once you go there, the scouts, whatever one's kind of like you, it's your junior year. So then when you go back for your senior year, they come check you out at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of scouts come to the high school games and all that. So I think area codes definitely put me on the map.
Yeah, for sure. Like I can remember, man, back in 2004, 2003, like, man, me, I had I don't know if you know this cool stat, but I got to pump myself up because we are on Fade the Booth with DeSean Jackson. But I had a chance to get drafted, man, in the first round by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And, I can remember they calling me. I was in like fifth period in my senior year, and I'm in the classroom, and they called me. It was like, we want to draft you in the first round. Are you willing to give up football? And I was like, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, I don't think I can give up football, bro. And it was tough for me. It was a tough decision, but my concern and my issue was just going to college and, with the camaraderie with my boys that I play with, and like just sitting back and, missing that time. Instead, like if you was in the minor leagues, you would be traveling to Albuquerque, New Mexico on long bus rides in the middle of nowhere. So like my thing was, I didn't want to be somewhere where it's 120 degrees hot playing baseball, and I'm looking up on ESPN, watch my boys play on ESPN playing college football. So like that was my thing. Like, what was that process like for you? Because I know you was drafted by the Dodgers in 2010, and you played in the minor leagues 4 years until you got called up in 2014. What was that process like for you? Because for me, that's kind of what was mind-boggling and scary for me.
Yeah, my dad played baseball for 13 years, and he only had like a month or two in the big leagues. So he grinded in the minor leagues for a long time. So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, but that's just part of the process. And I feel like the sooner I could get in there, the sooner I could get to the big leagues. And
Right.
If I went to college, I felt like I was just delaying 2 or 3 years from getting me to the big leagues, and that was my main focus.
No, that's true. That's a good philosophy, because I feel like, like you said, man, you could have went to college and, I wouldn't say wasted them 2 to 3 years because you'll probably had a great time. SC got some beautiful women. Not to say nothing about your relationship you and now, but, ain't no telling what would have happened in college when you'd have went and being in parties and all them frat parties and doing all that crazy stuff. So it's actually good you went and foresee your career in baseball. The thing that's been hard for me, man, sitting back, during this pandemic time, man, it's like a lot of uncertainty going on, man. Like, I kind of just want to touch on that and like, how cautious were you of playing against other teams or like just doing your normal stuff, like when you're on the base running or I know the other guys are getting tested as well too, but like, how cautious were you when you was interaction with, other teams and playing and, even with teammates and stuff? Because, as much as, we're professional athletes, what someone does with their 24 hours could be different with your 24 hours. So how cautious was you during that period of time? And, what were some things you was kind of leaning on or, I don't know if it was taking extra vitamins or, myself, I do a lot of elderberry and sea moss. Talk to me about your regimen and things you had going on during this pandemic.
Definitely. I think we definitely had a team meeting before just to hold ourselves accountable, each individual. Because like you said, we're only at the field for 8 hours a day or so. So that leaves the other 16 that you're at home and you could be doing whatever you want.
Right.
We weren't really in a bubble. So we hold ourselves accountable as a team to make sure that we're going to the field, coming home, staying safe, like ordering groceries in, like not going out, partying, doing all that stuff, just to be as safe as possible. And luckily we made it basically through the whole year without anything happening. So that was a tip your cap to all the dudes on the team for taking care of their stuff.
Right.
And then obviously we went into the bubble, and then we didn't really have any. You hotel to the field. They took,
Yeah.
that was an interesting time.
So you spoke on your father. He actually played for the Dodgers briefly. I saw your mom was an athletic trainer. So you came from an athletic background. Talk to me about just growing up. Was your parents influential on you as far as pushing you to your passion, which obviously was to play baseball?
No, luckily they never really were pushy on anything. Whatever sport you wanted to play or whatever you want to do, just make sure that you're a grown up or you're gonna be a grown up. You got to make your own decisions. So.
Yeah.
But it was always me asking my dad, "Hey, can you throw to me in the backyard, or you want to go play catch or something?" So I was fortunate to have him around, guiding me and coaching me along the way.
Right. Definitely. I actually saw the intriguing stat about you. I think you and your dad played for the Israel national baseball team. Talk to me about your experience playing for the Jewish Jewish heritage. How was that? And what was the experience like?
It was cool. In the minor leagues, a lot of it is you play 150 games or whatever, and it's all about like trying to get better. Like winning isn't necessarily the priority. It's about getting at bats and just working on your stuff.
Right.
And then I got to play for Team Israel in the World Baseball Classic. And that was like the first time I ever played where it was like, you're playing to win. Like no matter what, you got to win the game. And I feel like it brings your team closer because you guys all have one common goal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a special time. And to make baseball a little bit bigger in Israel, great fan base. And it was cool.
No, definitely. I have some time this off season, man. I definitely would like to go out there and just visit and see the culture and the heritage. And for myself, I'm a firm believer that it's all about uplifting and shedding light on your cultures and individual perspectives on life because we all come from one struggle and uplifting and help each other stick together is the biggest message. So I definitely look forward to getting out to Israel. Can you just tell me a little bit, like, I mean, I know you spoke on it, but like, what should I expect, or where should I go eat? Like, what's some things I need to do or go visit when I go out there?
I never been out there. I don't know.
Oh, you never been?
Never been. No, but I heard like Tel Aviv and like it's pretty cool. But the interesting part was like her mom was Jewish, so that makes her Jewish and that makes her kids Jewish. But like I never been to temple or anything like that. So
okay.
I'm like a half Jew, I guess.
So you just play for
I just play for the team, yeah.
Oh, so where was the team? Where was the team based out of?
They had like Israeli national team, and then a World Baseball Classic. It was in Jupiter, Florida. So we played like other countries. I think we played Spain, Australia might have been one, and then like one other one.
Okay.
So, but no, it's every 4 years. So it's kind of like the World Cup for baseball.
Baseball. Okay. That's dope. So I kind of want to go back a little bit, man, because speaking on adversity, every time we're on Fade the Booth, we go through adversity in life. And, one thing I can say is adversity only shows character and how you bounce back and, how you revenge or how you come back in a crucial time and period. So I want to say in 2014, you was actually called up, right? So from you being in the minor leagues and being able to be called up, I seen actually when I read something that you was in a position where I think it was your second year you actually made the All-Star team. Was that your first year or your second year? Was it second year?
It technically my second year, but it was my rookie year. I only got called up for a month, so it didn't really count. And then in 2015,
then the following year. So that first year actually, because we're not gonna count the actual first year, we're gonna count the actual year where you actually played a full season. So in that first year, man, like, what was that like, man? Obviously being a kid that came from California and was raised, and then actually being able to play for the Dodgers. Was the Dodgers your team, or were you like a Giants fan? Or
I'm
gonna put you on the spot.
I like the Giants fans growing up.
I know. Was it Barry Bonds? Who was it that you really liked growing up?
Yeah, Barry Bonds, Jeff Kent. They were nasty. So they're right in the backyard. So that's who I watched growing up. But yeah, no, making the big leagues that first year, it's a lot. I think I was 22, 23 years old, traveling to all these big cities, making some money for the first time in your life. You know how it is. So it was it's a big change. And I just enjoyed the ride you know what I mean?
Right. No, for sure. That's big, man. So, another interesting stat about you, and I actually didn't know it about you, but you're the first player in Dodger history to hit more than 25 home runs in your first back-to-back seasons. Come on, bro. Like, I never was a home run hitter guy, but like, I would hit here and there and get on base and steal bases. See, my stat would have probably been the first player in Dodger history to steal, I don't know if it's even true or not, but to steal every base, including home. Does that sound like a good stat? Has anybody ever
sounds
stole?
Like a good one. That's what. Hey, you need to tell the Eagles, man. Hey, you need to sign up. Dodgers sign you for the playoffs.
Hey, for real, bro. I need to go run some bases, man, or something. But what was that like for you, man, to hit 25 home runs in your first back-to-back season, man? That's a crazy stat, bro. And I want to salute you for even accomplishing something like that. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was cool, I guess. I mean, there's always just room to grow. I mean, I had 20 homers in the first half of the season, and then the second half, I struggled. I only had 6, I think. So that's just room to grow, learn from your mistakes, and keep building. And but yeah, no, it was a cool accomplishment to start, but looking to keep trending up.
Yeah, you got to, man. Keep stacking them numbers, keep stacking them dubs. Hopefully you can get some more some World Series and some more, I was gonna say Pro Bowls, but some more All-Star appearances. I kind of want to touch back on that adversity, man, because in 2017 you was actually demoted, and for me, I like to see what triggers someone's mentality, because it's been times where I made a mistake on the football field and the coach took me out for a player or two, but for yourself, you was demoted in 2017 and actually came back and actually hit 3 home runs in the World Series. What was that experience like for you? And what was going through your mind and your mentality to figure out the next opportunity? It's almost like the next opportunity you get, you kind of got to take it and run with it. So what was that for you? And how did that trigger, you kind of coming back in that game and not even a game, but just in that series and just succeeding?
Yeah, there was a struggle. The whole year was kind of a grind. Got hurt a few times. I think my groin, had a concussion, some stuff like that, and just never really got into a good rhythm. You're right, and then you hit 25 homers back to back. You've been playing center field every day, and then you get sent down, and it's like, damn, you know what I mean? It's like a wake up call. Like, what? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, had to digest a bunch of that stuff, and then, I mean, you take it personal and you start using that as motivation.
That fire.
That you use a fire and it's like you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like, all right, you're gonna do me like that, forget
Right.
you guys. But you're right. And then you get your next opportunity, you just gotta capitalize on it. And I didn't make the roster for the first. I got called back up in September. Like the roster's expanded September 1st, and so you can add more people. And I I was in Oklahoma City where I met you
Right.
at the same, and then I get a phone call and he's like, "Hey, I know you think you're getting called up today, but you're not."
Damn.
And he did me dirt. I was hot.
I want to speak on it a little bit without really, getting into too much of your business, but what's that process like? Is there someone for the club that you have a relationship with? Because I'm sure it's probably not the general manager or upper. It's probably like a scout or something. Like, what's the relationships like and the motive between like a player and someone that calls somebody up and down or like makes that decision? Is that the head coach decision, or they have somebody that plays that role?
It's the manager, and then a lot of times the GM will be like in the room sometimes. But so the manager is the one who called me. So he called me and my phone's ringing. I was just counting the days down in AAA till September 1st.
Right.
And then he calls me, "Hey, I know you think you're coming up, but you're not." I really.
You really wanted to put your hands on, huh?
Yeah. It's like that, huh? So then
what was the point of the call?
Exactly. I was hot. So then I had to go on the last road trip for the minor leagues. Bro, it was a circus. And there was a 4-game road trip. After the 3rd game, they called me and this other dude in the office. And they're like, "Hey, you're going up to the big leagues." We're like, "Cool." They pack up the bags, everything. We get in the car, headed to the airport, get a phone call. "Hey, actually, never mind. Come back. They want you to play the last game."
Right.
I was like, "Oh, really?" And so there was just a bunch of things that added to the fire.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that. You get complacent sometimes, and you needed someone to do that. So then kind of used all that motivation, and for the playoffs coming up, that was just the next opportunity I got. So
sure.
just made the best of it, and just keep running after that.
Yeah,
and just don't forget the way they treated you, and just keep going.
Man, tell me, what you feel about LA though, man? I know it's a special place in your heart,
I love
man.
LA. I love LA. LA's been good to me. Won a World Series, been to 3 World Series, playoffs, NL West champs every year. It's a great spot. So if an opportunity is there for me to come back and do it again, that's something that I would definitely have to look at.
Man, so they knocking down the door, man. Dodgers, y'all heard they knocking down the door. This is a very high profile center fielder, man, and he can hit some damn home runs. So Dodgers, do what y'all need to do and bring this man back home. Open up that checkbook. I said it. Hey, so man, I got an interesting part in my show, man, where we call it billionaire talk. So the billionaire talk, man, it's a little motivation to the youth and the kids and the up and coming people sitting back at home watching this interview. I honestly, I just want you to get some jewels back to the next person that might be pursuing a career, trying to make it into the MLB, or, they could just be someone that's sitting at home that wants to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything. Like, give them some jewels on how you made it and, through your obstacles, and some motivation to the youth, man.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you're going to fail. Like, that's part of, you don't be scared of the failure. Don't run away from it. It's going to happen, and just embrace it. Learn from it so that it doesn't the same mistake doesn't happen again. And just keep going, It's
right.
Every time you move up a level or a step or whatever, there's someone that might be a little faster or quicker or something. So you just gotta keep going. Find a way to win.
For sure. Yeah, I like that philosophy, man. So if you're sitting back home and you watch and you listen, take out what Jock Pederson said. The one and only Jock Pederson, ladies and gentlemen. If you fail, get up and keep going, man. Don't stop. Don't let it be something that's going to burden you and, blurry vision, anything that you have as far as a focus and a dream. Just go for it and pursue your dream. We got a few more and then we're going to get out of here, man. I appreciate your time. So as far as, the community aspect, man, and giving back and charity work, in any charity work, do you have a foundation, and, what is something that interests you on as far as you doing stuff in the community?
I don't personally have a foundation. But luckily enough, like Clayton Kershaw and Justin Turner, they have their foundations that they put on tournaments. Adrian Gonzalez or put on events that help raise money for some cool things. I have a brother with Down syndrome, so I'm a pretty big advocate in getting jobs for people with special needs because they need jobs too. So there's a lot. Walker Buehler has one. So the Dodgers are definitely, they put their foot forward and are in the community helping out.
Definitely. So as far as like in LA, because I know you guys do a lot of work in the community, and you know, we have Skid Row. Have you ever been downtown to see what Skid Row is like, and tell me like does that kind of burn any fire in you to like say like, man, I want to go out and, you know, help, you know, provide any meals or any charity work for these people to be able to, you know, just kind of put a smile on their face, because, you know, Los Angeles is, you know, one of the most, you know, states with homeless people. Have you been down there to Skid Row?
Yeah, I've been to Skid Row, and like I said, so the Dodgers every year put on a turkey trot Thanksgiving, so we pass out turkey so everyone could have a warm cooked meal. JT, his foundation really helps veterans, and a lot of veterans are some of the ones that are homeless and on Skid Row. So they're with the Dream Center in LA that try to get them on their feet back on their feet, and just a roof over their head and just back on the right track, because it's sad to see, and it's something that needs to be addressed for sure.
Right. No, definitely, man. That's definitely great work that you guys do, being a Dodger and going down and, you know, just doing a lot of community and charity work. So I see your family, man. I see you married, and I see you just had a newborn baby to enter the world, man. Congratulations. Speak on how you manage your time as obviously being a professional athlete and, you know, having to spend so much time dedicating it to be a professional athlete. But, you know, how are you able to, you know, spend time and, you know, manage that lifestyle? What is it like to, you know, have a newborn baby?
You don't sleep as much, that's for sure. But nah, it's cool. I love them. It's tough. Like you said, I'm at the field, or I'm working out in the off season a lot, and they understand the schedule that it takes. So it's just when you get to spend time with them, really being in the moment and enjoying the time that you get to spend with them. And they travel a lot with us on the road and stuff like that, so that we don't get split up as much as other families. So we try to stay close in that aspect.
Right, definitely, man. Nah, man, Jock, man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you joining the booth, man. You know, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. Hopefully, you know, once we both have some off time, we could come together, man, and have some fun. But I appreciate your time, man.
Right on. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, bro. Take care, man.
All right. Good luck with everything. Yep.
All right, you too.
Stay
bro.
healthy. All right.
All right, yeah.
I got the money, but my pride keep me in the streets. I got the hustle, but we guarantee we gon' eat. I got a few plays, I'm quarterback, I'm Tom Brady, 12 in the pack, and I'ma throw it, get my arm crazy. If I'm playing too hard, you gotta get up off me.